Greetings, YouTube. Um, One of the things that happens on a regular basis to me is I dream about homes, places that well, my dream self live in the dream. And it's not often me in the dream. When I'm in the dream, I'm often someone else. Sometimes it's a generic guy. Sometimes it's a specific person, but very rarely am I me. But I had a dream the other day where it actually was me, which is kind of interesting. That doesn't happen all that often. When I'm me, most of the time, it means I'll be also dreaming about other people in my life. And occasionally, I'll recast them as well. I'll know that it's like a relative or a friend. I've just recast them physically, but I know who they are inside. But when I dream about my homes inside my skull, my literal dream homes, they always start out in a relatively mundane manner. And by that means, what I means is that it looks like it could function in the real world. I have a love for floor plans and architecture and design, and it's something that's always been fascinating to me. So they start out and they're just ordinary everyday homes in the sense that they're real, even though they can be somewhat fantastical. I think one of the best I ever had was an apartment that was kind of a fusion between Deckard's apartment from Blade Runner and an Art Deco design from like the 1930s. So it was this wonderful fusion of art and structure. It was a little less brutalist, a little less Frank Lloyd Wright than Deckard's. It was much more livable and a little dark. Well, it's not quite as dark as well. Um, More organic stuff in it. Um, but it still was this big sprawling apartment. Kind of like the thing that like wealthy people would live in. And there's probably only three or four of them on one entire floor of a building, kind of thing. Like very big open well at the center where there's a fancy elevator and stuff. It was very beautiful. But invariably in the dreams, as the dream progresses, I find more rooms. And sometimes the rooms are reasonable. The dream I had the other night where I was me, the rooms were a very reasonable size, very realistic in that, in what they would, where they would be in a house, and um, like it would be a room that would be a couple. I found two extra rooms. Both of them were on the smallish side. One had its own bathroom. And that's another thing I noticed in my dreams, that when I find bedrooms in my dream homes, they almost always are suites. I must really like the idea of suites. I don't need a suite. I might when I live here alone, so the bathroom and us are all we need. But in my dreams, I tend to seem to really like having the idea that people that have their own bedrooms have their own bathrooms. That I don't know what it means. However, I've come to understand that the finding the new room is a symbol of hope. I am finding more space inside my skull, new places, unknown, and they're there and they're usable and they function and they're healthy, and I keep finding new spaces, new ways of thinking and new ways of looking at things, new ways of solving problems. And that's a positive. So I thought I would end the work week on a positive note. I apologize there haven't been as many news bits lately, but I'm trying really hard to wrestle with my depression. And I think I'm having some success. I'm not there yet. But occasionally I do think of positive stuff, which is good. It's good. I didn't. My depression hasn't gotten as deep as it has in the past, and I'm hoping that I can handle it in a reasonable fashion and time frame. Dreaming about space in my head, I'm seeing as a positive. I'm seeing it as a chance that I'm actually moving in the right direction. So let's have a positive end to the work week. Let's let's see things as in the best light as we can. Let's find solutions. Let's find space in our head where we can move and grow. Let's find some extra rooms. Maybe there'll be suites.